So today's story is called Mixed, a Colorful Story, and it was written and illustrated by Arree Chung. In the beginning, there were 3 colors. Oh, let me move this. There were the reds, the yellows, and blues. Reds were the loudest. La 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 la. Yellows were the brightest. And blues were the coolest. Everyone lived in harmony until one afternoon when a red said, "Hey, reds are the best." The yellows, of course, disagreed. "No, we're the best because we're the brightest." The blues were too cool to even respond. The colors decided to live in separate parts of the city. So you can see there's Redville, Blue Town, and Yellow Heights. But then, one day, a yellow noticed a blue, and something happened. "I feel so happy when I'm near you, and I feel so calm when I'm with you." Yellow and blue became inseparable. Life felt so vibrant, but not all the colors were happy about it. "Colors shouldn't mix," said the red. "I don't like yellow's effect on blue," said the blues. "That blue isn't bright enough for yellow," said the yellows. But yellow and blue loved each other so much that they decided to mix. Together, they created a new color. They named her green. Green was bright like yellow and calm like blue. But really, she was a color all her own. Everyone was fascinated. "She's so cute," said the red. "I've never seen anything like her before," said the yellow. Even the grumpy colors fell in love with green. "Can I hold her?" said the red. The colors began to see new possibilities. Soon, other colors mixed. So red mixed with yellow and made orange, and then blue mixed with red and made purple. And they mixed, and they mixed, and mixed. There were so many new colors and a lot of new names. "Hey, be careful, Jade. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Have fun, Amber." The old neighborhoods of Redville, Blue Town, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the city. The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. The end. So that's it. We're ready. I see everybody has their supplies handy. So let's take a second. Get out your, I see Ellison and Flynn have their paintbrushes ready. Caitlin, you ready? You got your water. Lily, you got your brush. Leah, okay.
And I'm showing you here the materials. So you'll need a cup. I like a plastic cup filled with water, a little more than halfway. 2 paper plates or plastic. Your paintbrush, a paper towel, and 3 colors of paint of your choosing. Today I'm using yellow, red, and blue. I'm using acrylic paint, but you could use tempera, watercolor, school paint, Crayola, washable, doesn't matter. So I'm using these because they're really bright, they're non-toxic so they don't smell, and they will show up really nicely on white paper. So you're going to start by opening your tubes of paint. Remember, I told you have two different papers. Well, here's why. I mean, two different plates, excuse me. So I want you to take your yellow, put a bit of yellow on your palette, on your plate. It's called a palette when you use it for colors. Put a red, and take your blue. Put some blue. These are the primary colors. We can use these three colors to make almost all the other colors in the rainbow. Almost. So you're going to start with having three colors on this plate, and we're going to mix them on this plate. So I'm going to put my palette down so that you see what I'm doing here on the paper, and then I'll show you how I mix the paint. So today we're going to learn how to draw, or paint, excuse me, two types of trees. Trees are lots of fun. I love to draw them and paint them because you can make them in different shapes and even colors. So the first color of a tree, well, let's think about it. What do we call the base of the tree? Think about that. The trunk. So the trunk of the tree is what we're going to do first, the big body of the tree. To do that, we usually use the color brown. Cool thing with these three colors is we are going to take a little bit of one color, put it in the middle, wipe a little bit, and take the next color and put it in the middle, and then take your third color, so there's blue. Once you've got your three, I want you to mix them. And what you're going to see is when you mix red, yellow, and blue, it makes a color like brown. So, now that you have brown paint, let's put this down. Come over to your paper with an oak style tree. Those have big trunks and big arms. I like to start at the bottom. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to paint up, and then make some cool shapes with my branches. You can make whatever shape you like. I find that it helps when I make big lines, little ones, this. There's the base, or the trunk of your tree. Got some branches on there too. Usually the trunk part is a bit bigger, so I'm going to make it like that, and then I'm going to make this part a little bit bigger. Okay, so now I want you to take your brush. Here's the most important part when you're mixing colors. You have to clean your brush off, or if you try and make another color, now it has brown all over it. It's going to change what you're trying to do. So, wash off your brush. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be cleaned off. And then rinse it on a paper towel. See? No more color. So now, I'd like to make the leaves on this tree. Guess what two colors we're going to mix? Yellow and blue. So I'm going to start by taking some yellow, putting it on my other plate. Go back and take some more blue, put it on my mixing plate. I'm going to put the two together. Guess what we're going to get? Green. Now, leaves are my favorite part of the trees because you can make all types of shapes. So what I like to do with these oak-looking trees is almost make something that looks like a cloud. When my paint runs out, go back, get some more. Kind of looks like hair around the tree. Now it's okay if you go back and add a little bit, because watch what we're going to do. Now that I have the outline of the leaves, I get some more green and just go in and make little down strokes like that. It gives it some texture. So I'm going to do that some more. Now when I get to the brown parts, I don't want to paint over it. I want to see some of that brown in the those corners. So it's okay if it mixes a little bit. Oh, somebody came over to see what we're doing. That's Trouble. That's her name. She's our cat. She's really curious. So there it is. There's your tree. Now here's what I'd like you to do. With these other colors, what could you put in that tree? I'll give you a hint. You could add some apples. What other colors can you make and add onto the tree? You try it out. So, I said we were going to draw two types of trees today. So there is our oak style paint. So clean off that brush again. This time, we are going to do an evergreen or a pine tree. Now, some of you might know it as what we call a Christmas tree. They have a different shape. They're usually much more triangular. But we're going to start again with our brown. So I'm going to go back because I have a little left. Now with a pine tree, I like to start at the top. So I'm going to start and make a line going down like that. Again, if the paint wipes off, it's okay. But I'm going to start like that. Now, I'm going to need a lot of green for this one. So, go back, clear off my brush, get some blue, put it back where my green is, like this. And go back and get some more yellow, put it back, mix up some new green. Now your green may look a little different because every brand of color has a slightly different pigment or a shade of green. So yours might look a little different, but for a pine tree, we're going to start at the top. So make a little top part and then keep going. And as you go down, spread out so that you make your triangle looking shape just a little bit wider. And at some point, you can just decide that's wide enough tree, and we're going to keep going until we get to the bottom, like that. Now you see how it still has that brownish line? So what I'm going to do is take some more green and go back over that brown line. I want to see it a little bit, but I don't want to see it all that brown. Sometimes you can see the trunk of the tree when you're looking at it. So I'd like to see a little bit of it. So I'm going to put a little more green on top. And there it is. There's a simple pine tree and a very simple oak tree. So now, can you add some other colors to those trees to decorate them a little bit? Thanks for joining me for painting today. When you want to clean up your paint, you could wash this off with soap and water. Thanks a lot. Send me some pictures of your creations. Have a great day.